Hey everyone, this is Jim. I'm here with Josh from First Nation Financial. Josh, I wanted to ask you a few quick questions today. 60K. Last time I read, that is the median household income in the United States right now. In Texas, in Houston, in your area, is it possible to get a mortgage with a combined income of 60K, or do you need more?
Most definitely. No. With a combined household income of $60,000, you can get a very, very nice starter home. Two and a half bathrooms in a good, decent neighborhood, growing area. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
now, so the closer you get to the city, of course, the more you're going to spend. That's true in Houston too, right?
Yes. Yes and no. So there's defined areas in Houston. There's defined areas in Austin, Dallas, San Antonio. There's a lot of submarkets. But the answer to your question is yes. Getting closer to the downtown areas is you definitely the prices go up a bit.
Yeah. When you say, so what are we looking at? 150? Is it possible to get into a $150,000 house that has, let's say, three bedrooms in the area?
It is, however, you're a little further outside of town. You
Yeah,
know,
you'd be
you're a little
outside.
further outside of town, but definitely within driving distance. 150, $250,000, you can get a great home in the
Yeah.
Houston area.
Let's say you have somebody working in fast food, and you have somebody that, as one person, let's say the guy, and let's say the wife works two part-time jobs to combine that 60. Do they have to have been employed for several years, or how does that work?
We require 2 years of income history. We want to see that you've been working, you haven't stopped working, and if you did stop working, there was a reason that you stopped working. But generally speaking, they take your income over the past 24 months. Sometimes they were able to average it out on other occasions. And if we see the income increasing, it's very helpful. If the income has been steady for 24 months, it's great. We know exactly what you qualify for from the get-go. Working a couple of jobs, getting some overtime hours, all of
Yeah.
that helps. The
Yeah.
beauty about it actually is that, not everyone's perfect, right? Lenders understand that. We have programs for people who have lower credit scores. If you're in the 600s, you can still buy a home. You can
Oh,
still get these great options, 95, 96.5% financing, sometimes 97% financing. It's all available.
yeah.
So we look at all of that and we try to make it work so that everybody can qualify for a home. You know,
N-
uh, starting from the beginning days when I was in the mortgage business, if you've got income, we'll figure out a way to get you qualified.
Yeah. Now, I guess one of the biggest hurdles that people face today is coming up with the down payment. So maybe they are making 60K a year, but they're thinking in the back of our mind, well, how long is it going to take us to save up for the down payment? What would you say to somebody like that?
We have a lot of developers, a lot of relationships with good developers in the Houston market. In doing that and having those friends and having worked with them in the past, we're able to get seller concessions to even cover up to 75% of the down payment, that is required. Literally, you can get into a home for almost nothing.
Now, is this something that's just possible for the most part in Texas today? Because I didn't really hear about this too much in some of the other states that I'm familiar with.
When you're looking at the median income across the nation, it changes a bit. So when you look at Texas specifically, the price of the homes, it makes sense for you to be able to get into a house there. It's a larger city. It's it's gentrifying quite rapidly. There's a lot of growth in the business and work sectors. Hiring has gone up, where other places it's gone down.
Mm,
There's still people looking for employees. Like there's jobs available for people who want to work. You know,
yeah.
so it's very reasonable to expect that you can buy a home working and being in the average. You know, especially in a city like Houston or San Antonio.
Okay. One more question. All right. Let's say that I'm new to the area. I want to buy. I'm listening to you talk. Should I come to you first? And if I do, because I know it's important to know how much that I can actually spend, and you can tell me that, and a real estate agent can't. But I don't know the difference between a good real estate agent, a so-so one and a lousy one, and I don't know enough people to get recommendations. Can you point me in the right direction?
Absolutely. I'm very, very happy that you brought that up. So at First Nation Financial, we go a little bit further than you would see otherwise. We have specific relationships with real estate agents, trusted real estate agents that are part of our inner First Nation network. We refer to them as the First Nation insiders.
Mm,
One of the beautiful things is that they're all agents that we have worked with in the past. We've had relationships with them for years. We have relationships in the Houston, Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio markets. All of them are good friends and trusted allies that we've worked with.
yeah.
The beauty of working with us is that we know who we've figured out. We're trying time and tested it. We figured out who's good and who's bad, and who can do great things. From the back end, we have relationships with developers, we have relationships with investors, we have relationships with real estate agents, multiple lenders that can do the same product but have different guidelines, and we're able to squeeze. We're really able to use these relationships to make a home possible for all of our clients.
Yeah. Now, I've heard before that there are certain real estate agents who are basically just doing it part time. They really don't give people the attention they need. What does a good real estate agent do that, like somebody that you work with, that a poor real estate agent won't do?
They work. So that's the short answer, right? The beauty about working with a specific real estate agent is that that person has your best interests at heart. One of our very, very close friends has two jobs. He's actually a city of Houston firefighter, and the other side of it is, when he's on his off days, he's a real estate agent. He works for a great office, and he works very hard. I've referred multiple clients over to him, and he's referred back as well. I think it's more about the individual than it is about how to gauge whether they're a good or bad real estate agent.
Mm,
The good real estate agent talks to you, gets an understanding of what you're looking for. Okay. And
yeah.
once he has that understanding of what you're looking for, gives you realistic expectations
Yeah.
within your price range. That's the most important thing, is having an agent who's realistic and can bring realistic expectations to you and your partner
Yeah.
when you're looking to buy a home.
Yeah. That's good information. So, if we had to give a step by step of getting started, would step number one be for a couple or an individual to reach out to you directly?
The first and foremost in every part of buying a home is making sure you're qualified for the loan,
Yeah.
unless you're buying cash. And
Okay.
cash buyers are far and few between, and I would not expect a phone call from them. That said, first is to get your loan in order. Second is to get your real estate agent to understand what you're looking for and set expectations correctly. And the third is to start house hunting. Once you've started house hunting, we're going to make sure that you get the home that you want.
Yeah. Now, just as a side issue, one last question. Stated income. Let's say somebody's a digital nomad, they do social media on the side, they're getting spotty income, let's say, and maybe all of it hasn't appeared on their tax return yet, but they have their PayPal receipts. Does that
Yeah.
help them or no?
So we actually have quite a few programs that are stated income. What it is, we have 24-month bank statement programs. We have some, different non-qualified mortgage options that are available. And in addition to that, we also have programs up to 85% for ITIN borrowers who are here on a visa. They have their visa, they're qualified to be here in the States, but they have trouble getting loans.
Yeah.
Because not every conventional lender will lend to them. You have to go to outside markets.
Yeah. Okay, great. Josh, if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to get hold of you?
Get a hold of us, 832-955-9255. You can email us, josh@fnfloan.com. And also you can check out our website, fnfloan.com. And there's a bunch of information on our company, what we do, who we are, and also we have our blog and our videos online that'll give you some information on what a mortgage really is.
Great. Josh,
Oh,
hey, it was great talking to you. I'll catch up with you again in the next video.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
All right.